Let's look at the Common Assessment for Unit 2. We're going to look at the writing tasks, how to plan and write your essay. Now, we already said the test is 2 days long, and if you can start the writing on day 1, that's great, but you'll do most of it on day 2 anyway. You're going to write a persuasive essay. A reminder, that's 4 paragraphs long. You are making an argument to convince an audience of something. You'll do it on Edulastic, but first, complete the planning page and the essay in the Google Classroom assignment. Afterwards, copy and paste the essay itself into Edulastic. It's what we did for the Unit 1 Common Assessment as well. So, what's the essay going to be about? This is the prompt. You will analyze the thoughts and actions of a character. Write an essay arguing their behavior is either understandable or unacceptable. If you say it's understandable, thumbs up. It's okay, it's acceptable. If you say it's unacceptable, then it's not understandable. It's not okay. It was poor behavior. You need to make the case one way or the other. Let's quickly look at the planning and the writing of the 4-paragraph essay, starting with the planning page. This comes first. Here's a sample planning page. You fill out the parts. This should be very quick. Here it is blank. How does it look full? Something like this. You just jot down the thesis, what the claim in your body paragraph is going to be, evidence, and a quick counter argument. Notice you do not need to write your rebuttal in the counter argument. And these aren't complete sentences, really, I'm writing. Again, this is just a planning page. It's a quick note catcher for yourself to gather your thoughts before you write. Should take you 5 minutes or less. Okay, now we'll look at the essay writing itself, starting with that first paragraph, the introduction. The introduction has 3 parts: hook, summary, thesis. In total, about 3 to 4 sentences. The hook, it's 1 sentence to engage the reader. It can be a statement or a question. It does not mention the sources or the character in the sources. It's just about the topic, meant to spark interest. So, for example, we wrote an essay about the Monkey King and how he faced discrimination and fought back. You might write a hook for that essay saying something like, have you ever wanted to fight back if you've been discriminated against? Or have you ever been teased? Just a little sentence about the topic in general. Then you write a summary. This is 1 to 2 sentences about the source itself. And you close out with your thesis. Use a little sentence starter like ultimately or overall, and then give your big argument for the entire essay. This is the idea you'll be proving throughout your writing. Okay, this is my entire intro paragraph for an essay I wrote about The Giver. Notice how short it is. Very brief. Okay, on to the body paragraph. This comes second in the essay. 8 to 10 sentences, 2 pieces of text evidence, writing in colors. You see an example again based off that essay from The Giver about Jonas going to elsewhere. I said it was not a good idea. There's my claim, followed by evidence, reasoning, another piece of evidence, and more reasoning. We know what the different parts for writing in colors are. You can pause this video. You can come back to it later if you want a refresher. And notice in the planning page, I've already mapped out what the claim for my body paragraph is going to be and my evidence. The planning page, I've already done a lot of the hard work. I just kind of organize my thoughts for that body paragraph. Okay, counter argument. Here, I share the opinion or argument that might disagree with my own. And then I give a rebuttal, explaining why that's wrong. For the counter argument, you quickly summarize the opposing argument. Use a sentence starter like, some might argue, or it's often thought. Then give your rebuttal, explaining why that counter argument is wrong. Sentence starter like, however, or in reality. One last note on the counter arguments. Give a because for both the counter argument and rebuttal. And as far as balance is concerned, only write about a sentence or so to summarize the counter argument. Spend most of your energy on your own rebuttal, 2 to 3 sentences. Okay, finishing up with the conclusion. This is the last paragraph of your essay. You restate the thesis, give a connection, and make a so what statement. When you restate the thesis, don't just copy paste your thesis from the intro. You change the words, just switch them around a little bit, and use a sentence starter like we spoke about before, something like in conclusion, in summary, ultimately, something like that. Then make a connection, okay? So for that gin essay, for example, I might talk about how when I was in middle school, I didn't wear glasses, even though I needed to, because I didn't think they looked cool and I wanted to fit in. You can make a personal connection, like my example there, a connection you have to something in school, in Waltham, in the world around you, throughout history. Any connection like that would work. Finish with that so what statement. Why does your essay matter? Why should the reader care? Okay, this is the last sentence of your essay. You want to go out with a bang, leave the reader with a message or feeling curious or wondering at the very end. This is my entire conclusion paragraph, very short. And just a reminder to sprinkle rhetoric throughout your essay. Pathos, ethos, logos. They can be effectively used in any of the paragraphs. Sprinkle it in. One final reminder, complete both the planning page and essay in Google Classroom in the assignment first. Afterwards, copy and paste the essay into Edulastic. When you're finished, check with me before you submit your test on Edulastic. Okay, we've gone through all of the paragraphs and what is contained in all 4. If you want to re-watch this video or if you want to go back and look at the slides, get more help on certain paragraphs, check out the English Basics 1-pager. In the writing section, you see it right here, Persuasive 4-paragraph essay help. Thanks for watching.